I want to thank the VentureB program for giving us the opportunity to present today. I'm Pierro. I am the CEO of ApolloCare LLC. Also presenting with me will be Alan Evans. I'd also like to give a shout out to Karen Wolf, who got us involved with CEG, and thank Karen for making all of this possible. Today's presentation is going to be about ApolloCare, which is an organization that is designed to bring services and technology into the home health care arena. And many of you may be caregivers now. Many of you may be caregivers in the future. Some of us will need care. And the question becomes, if we do need care, where do we want to receive it? How do we want to receive it? And is there a system today? Is there a way that we can both get care ourselves, but in today's world also manage care? There are 78 million baby boomers, and AARP has done a lot of research on the caregiver role that baby boomers play, and many of us are playing that role for one or two parents, sometimes in-laws as well, and they estimate 53 million people right now are active caregivers. So those caregivers are going to face problems like I had. My mom had Alzheimer's. And when we dealt with her Alzheimer's, it was several years ago, and there were no real good systems in place. And my mother was the rock in our family. And when she developed Alzheimer's, it fell to my sister and I to really put the pieces together and try to come up with a plan to take care of her where we knew she wanted to be, and that was in her own home. My mom used to say to me on a regular basis, the only way I'm leaving this house is feet first. And that became our pledge, to keep her in her own home and to allow her to age in place. So when she developed Alzheimer's, and I'm an attorney by trade, I do elder law, that's something I've done for 30 plus years. I called all the resources I could find, the New York State Office for Aging, my mom's physician, the local providers, home health agencies, or church groups. I got no answers, I got no services that my mom needed in her home to stay there and age successfully. Fortunately, I was able to find someone named Joe Jackson, not the baseball player, but Joe Jackson, who was a geriatric care manager. And Joe is a licensed master's in social work who specializes in coordinating care for seniors. And I was lucky to find Joe. He pulled us out of the fire. So when we hired Joe, we had to put together a lot of pieces. And what my mom really needed at that point in time was an organization. She needed a system, and she needed an ability, and we needed an ability to find a place where we could call and put all of the pieces together. Joe did a tremendous job for my mom, but she needed Everhome Care Advisors. That's a company that we have put together, and Apollo has two distinct features that we'll talk about. One is a service organization. That's ApolloCare. ApolloCare hires licensed masters in social work, RNs, people at a high level who can assess need, implement a plan, develop that care plan, implement technology, and then monitor and make sure that the plan stays active and that the plan is being adhered to. What Joe didn't have was tools. There were no tools in the toolbox for a social worker taking care of someone with Alzheimer's at that point in time. So we developed the Everhome model to assess, implement, monitor, and we developed tools for the caregivers, for the people who are in the home, the family members who are providing care, to be coordinated by that professional, what we call a life care coordinator, and the LCC manages the care using those tools. A lot of people ask, are you a home health agency? Are you a staffing agency? And the answer is no. We are agnostic. We do not care who's providing the care. It could be a home health agency. It could be a family member. It could be someone that you hire privately. What we want to do is make the care better, and we want to make sure that if you're hiring, you can get the right people. Right now, there is a severe labor shortage in the home health care market. Very difficult to find quality people. So we want to make sure you get the right care, that it's managed properly, that the caregivers are getting the right payroll services, workers' compensation, unemployment insurance. So many people, I'm an attorney, so many of our clients come in having started the process paying cash under the table, not being able to get an agency to staff the case. So EverHome assists the families and the individual in finding the right care, making sure that it's provided systematically. And when Joe Jackson hired 2 people for my mom, they kept a notebook, and this is pretty typical, on the refrigerator, and they wrote in it their notes on a daily basis and what their observations were and what my mom was doing and how she was doing medication management. That wasn't a system that I could access from an hour away, and it wasn't a system that Joe could access on a regular basis. So we needed more tools. We needed technology to bring in and manage and monitor the care that my mom was receiving in the home. You also had the issues of people calling in sick and the payroll issues, et cetera. So we are bringing in best-in-class technology and service providers. And VivaLinks is the other side of the equation. EverHome is the service provider. It is a technology-enabled service using VivaLinks technology. And VivaLinks has brought in best-in-class technology like Alarm.com, which brings in sensors and camera systems to monitor the activity within the home. Each product uses artificial intelligence. There are a number of others. We'll go through them as we go. But VivaLinks coordinates all of that, creates the communication hub, and through a proprietary app that we're going to talk about, it links all of the data and all of the communications into a single source so that on my phone, I would have an app that takes everything that the care coordinator is doing, communicates it to me, takes everything drawn from the home, communicates it to the care coordinator and to me, and then we have a communication loop where we can now effectuate solutions which include telemedicine and other technology that can bring care into the home. So with VivaLinks, from an hour away, I could have taken care of my mom. I wouldn't have had to drive down there every night to make sure that she was okay, leaving my family, my wife and 3 kids, which was the situation. So many people go through that, and it costs people not only time and energy, money and relationships. So the caregiver burden is something that EverHome and VivaLinks are designed to relieve. So we're going to talk about the technology, and I'm going to turn it over now to Alan Evans, who is our VP of Technology, to talk about the VivaLinks app and how all of this comes together. Alan?
Thanks, Lou. That was a very compelling introduction. So from a technology perspective, it's important to really understand that VivaLinks, the mobile application, is based on the integration of existing best-of-breed home care technologies, as Lou mentioned. So the VivaLinks technology team is hard at work developing a unique proprietary API and a user experience that enables the streamlined delivery of coordinated care through the integration of these technologies. Now, this care coordination enables clients to stay in their homes and successfully age in place, which is one of the primary objectives. So the next slide, please. The VivaLinks proprietary app. So what's unique about the VivaLinks app is that it offers a single source of best-in-class home care technologies. It combines data and information on the client in an innovative home care mobile app, and it consolidates it in a single integrated view. This view delivers information at the right time to the right person, whether it's the caregiver, the family member, or the provider. It's also used to provide a detailed view of client information during an intervention through telepresence through one of our partners, United Concierge Medicine. So all of this is delivered through an advanced home care technology platform. This platform allows us to reduce the number of client hospitalizations and also lower the number of readmissions and doctor visits experienced by these clients. So consequently, this wealth of benefits, we're able to lower the costs of provider care, enhance patient comfort and quality of life, while at the same time enabling greater peace of mind for the caregivers. Um, so actually, the prior slide, powerful, innovative technology. So in terms of supporting technology, the VivaLink's home care app is supported by the Microsoft Azure cloud-based system. It's secure and HIPAA compliant. It is a cross-platform application that works across all devices. This cross-platform capability enables concise and accessible communication and handoffs between family caregivers, care coordinators, and emergency care providers. So in our last slide, the VivaLink's care coordination cycle delivers end-to-end functionality. Starting with the initial assessment and implementation, for this process, it includes the integration of 24/7 monitoring systems, which includes the sensors and cameras installed in the home, and in the future, even wearables, wearables like Apple Watch and other personal devices. This includes the transition to electronic health care records for data collection and data services for setting thresholds, enabling notifications and alerts. So from the account management perspective, these functions enable the recurring revenue stream, and finally, ongoing interventions through the integrated emergency triage process, again, which is our partner, Unified Concierge Medicine.
Okay, thanks, Al. So question is, how do these two entities make money? The Everhome Care model is a service model. So you have professional care coordinators who are going out into the field. We are still going into the home with PPE. And the COVID crisis has really heightened the awareness of the necessity of bringing safe services into the home, and really heightened the need for a service like Everhome Care Advisors. And we charge about $150 per month. Our care managers average 27 billable hours per week. The rest of the time is administrative and marketing. And that generates a revenue per care coordinator of about $200,000. Their salaries tend to be about $60,000. The management level is about $75,000, employee cost all in. So we have a good net, good delta on the services being provided by the care coordinators. The long-term growth and the real potential is on the VivaLink side, where we get the bundle of services, which can be a la carte, anything from the sensors and the very sophisticated AI sensors, camera systems, a tablet that we install through eCaring in the home that has a care plan integrated with software that monitors all the care and stores it in the cloud, the data that's collected, right through to if a crisis does occur, if there is an alarm or alert tripped by any of the software. First intervention is our care coordinator. Second intervention is United Concierge Medicine. We have ER-level physicians on call 24/7 who can triage the problem in the home. For those of you familiar with UCM, they just did a pilot in Rensselaer County, which is kind of mushroomed with the COVID crisis. We're now there in CDPHP and MVP with all of the members of those organizations. And telemedicine is something that is really here to stay. But for people with multiple chronic conditions in their home, it is not enough. They need more. And so this is our 5-year revenue projection based upon what we have now. And again, the app is in development. So we are not selling the app at this point in time. We do have our care managers out in the field. We do have the installation of alarm.com and the other technologies and UCM. But we're looking to get to the point where we can bring this app to the market. Alan has created a very developed app development plan with specs all the way through, which we'd be happy to share if anyone is interested. And we're looking at growing this over time. And the market is right now about $110 billion in the U.S. for home health care, going at a 7% growth rate, projected to be $173 billion in the next 5 years. So there is a significant growth trajectory to this. One of the other strategic partners that we have is a company that I started in 2007 called Elder Counsel. Elder Counsel is an amalgamation of law firms like mine that Elder Counsel provides software, document drafting, technology, platforms for marketing, management of their law firm, And we have 1,300 subscribed members, law firms all across the country, who are part of that Elder Council network. That will give EverHome and VivaLinks a channel through to the clients of those 1,300 law firms. We're asking for $450,000. We're going to build out the app. We're going to use it to solidify our staff and to market the services that we have now, which are very short order going to be revenue positive, and then to grow and to build the market out. We're looking to move downstate in New York and ultimately nationally. And when we do that, we're going to look to go with a $5 million second raise to bring us out to the market in selected markets across the country in about 15 locations. So we have a management team and we have a board of directors, and I can give you more information on them. And that's the presentation. Thank you.